If you sell a median price home in Los Angeles and buy a median price home in Las Vegas, your monthly payment drops by about $2,500. Not per year, every single month, starting with the first month you're here. This is the real cost of living. Las Vegas versus California, plus Arizona and Texas, with every number sourced and dated. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what your money does here compared to where you live now. And here's something most agents won't tell you. For movers from one of these states, this is nearly a financial wash. Stick around because I'll name that state before we're done. I've helped more than 100 families run this exact comparison before moving to Las Vegas, and the honest answer is different depending on where you're coming from. So let's run the numbers. Start with the biggest line item in any budget: housing. The median single family home in Las Vegas recently sold for $490,000 in June of 2026. Compare that to roughly $1 million in the city of Los Angeles, about $464,000 in the city of Phoenix, and about $440,000 across the Austin metro. You know how hot we talked about Austin. Read these again. Las Vegas is less than half the price of LA, but it's actually a little more expensive than Phoenix and Austin right now. I told you this channel doesn't hype. Now, turn those prices into payments, because nobody pays a purchase price, they pay a payment. At the current 30-year fixed rate of 6.49% as of this recording from Freddie Mac's July 9th survey, with 20% down for those paying conventional, principal and interest of the median price home looks like this. In Las Vegas, it's about $2,475 a month. In Los Angeles, it's about a whole whopping $5,051. In Phoenix, it's about $2,344. In the Austin metro area, it's about $2,223. So an LA buyer saves roughly $2,575 a month just by moving here. The Phoenix buyer pays about $130 more. The Austin buyer pays $250 more. Now, I want you to hold on to those last two numbers, because taxes are about to flip a part of this picture. Now, what if you rent first? That's a smart move for a lot of relocating families, especially military families PCSing to Nellis or Creech who want a year to learn the valley before buying. Using Zoomper's median for single family rentals, a house runs about $2,245 a month in Las Vegas, about $4,800 in Los Angeles, and $2,215 in Phoenix, and rounding it out in Austin, it's about $2,395. Same story. Renters from LA cut their housing costs roughly in half. Renters from Phoenix and Austin land within a couple of $100 of what they're already paying. So housing alone doesn't settle this. The tax picture does. And that's where Nevada starts pulling away. Well, first of all, Nevada has no income tax at all, while California rates top out at a marginal rate of, I'm sorry, I'm having a headache here, 13.3%, the highest in the country. You don't need to be a millionaire to feel it. You run into it at $150,000 in household income, married, filing jointly. Man, oh man. Using California's current bracket and standard deduction, that couple pays roughly somewhere between $5,500 and $6,000 a year in Sacramento. Move to Nevada, that little line item goes to zero. Call it about $475 a month. That is back in your pocket, top of all those other great incentives. Arizona runs a flat 2.5% income tax. So that same couple pays roughly $3,000 a year there, which means moving here saves them about $250 a month. Texas, like Nevada, we have that Wild West, has no state income tax. So on this line, the Texas mover saves nothing, just keeping it 100. So it's 0 to 0. But Texas, like Nevada, has to fund schools and roads somehow, and it does it through property tax. This is where the Austin comparison gets just a little interesting. Clark County's effective property tax rates run from about 0.5% to 0.6% of the value for most homeowners. One of the lowest effective rates in the western United States. We ain't talking about the dirty South now. not south, south. On that $490,000 median Las Vegas home, that's roughly $2,400 to $2,900 a year. Texas's effective rate is around 1.6% statewide, and in the Austin area, most homeowners land between 1.6 and 2%, depending on location and exemptions. The median Travis County property tax bill is north of $7,000 a year. So the Austin family paying about $250 more per month in principal and interest, they're still getting back roughly $350 to $400 a month in property tax. Nevada also caps the annual property tax increase on your primary residence at 3%. So the bill stays predictable pretty much year after year. Now, we're gonna do a quick gut check on where we stand. Housing crushes it against California and run roughly even between Arizona and Texas. Income tax favors Nevada against California and Arizona, and we kind of tied on up with Texas. Property tax favors Nevada against all three, especially Texas. Now, for the costs that catch most people off guard, including one bill nobody budgets for, it surprises more of my relocation clients than anything else. You know what? That's about 60 seconds away. First, let's talk about the summer power bills. This is a desert. Your AC will run hard from June through September. The summer electric bills of $300 to $450 a month, well, that's kind of normal. So you budget for it annually, not monthly, because winter bills, that just drops way off. If you're coming from Phoenix, you already know this little fact of life. In fact, cost of living data shows utilities running about 17% higher in Phoenix than in Las Vegas. Texas, with August electric bills, you kind of know the game too. It's mostly the coastal Californians who kind of get a little bit surprised. Now, the bill nobody budgets for, car insurance. Las Vegas is one of the more expensive metros in the country to insure a vehicle. Nevada full coverage runs roughly 30% above the national average, and depending on which study you look at, full coverage in the Valley averages between $235 and $335 per month per vehicle. Heavy tourist traffic, high share of uninsured drivers, and vehicle theft, that all feeds into it. If you're a two-car family, get real quotes before you move, not after. This one line can eat a chunk of your tax savings if you don't shop around. Groceries and gas, quick and honest. Groceries away from the Strip run a few percent below Los Angeles and roughly even with Phoenix. Now, federal price data puts the LA metro area around 24% above the national average for overall cost, while Las Vegas sits around 5% above. Gas, that's the real Las Vegas weakness. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. AAA early July report had Las Vegas averaging $4.61 a gallon against a national average of $3.83. Trust me, I just got back from Atlanta. I can see the difference. That's almost 80 cents over. So Texans and Arizonians will fill it at the pump every week. Californian, you'd have found the discount code. And just a quick one, the reason our gas is so expensive is it comes from California. Yep, you got it. So who actually comes out ahead moving to Las Vegas? Let's do the honest math. Market by market for a typical family earning around $150,000. That's where we're going to start. From Los Angeles, the math works. It isn't even close. Step by step. Step one, principal and interest on your median family home is $5,051 in LA compared to $2,475 here. That is $2,576 a month saved. Step two, them property taxes. Around 1.1% of $1 million LA purchase is roughly $917 a month. Clark County, the median home is about $225. That's another $692 in your pocket. Step three, state income tax. That's about $475 a month at that income. Now add this all up, $2,576 plus $692 plus $475, that comes to $3,750 $43 a month. Even after higher car insurance and summer power bills, an LA family buying a median to median home keeps roughly $3,500 a month in their pocket. It's over $40,000 a year. That's why Redfin's migration data shows Las Vegas as the single most searched destination for LA home buyers. I mean, wouldn't you like to have that money in your pocket? From Phoenix, it's a modest win, not a windfall. Home prices and rents are nearly identical, and the Vegas is actually just a tad higher. You know, they do have those expensive areas like Scottsdale down there, you know, so you got the cheap areas, you got the expensive areas, just like we have here in Vegas. Your real gains is in the income tax, about $250 a month at that income, plus somewhat lower utilities minus more expensive gas. Call it maybe $3,000 to $4,000 a year. It's real money, but if someone promised you Phoenix to Vegas is a massive cost of living drop, they're selling you something they may be on a little something. Moving here for the job or the lifestyle, the savings are the bonus, not the reason. Now, the wash I promised you at the top. Texas. If you're moving from Austin purely to save money, don't. You'll pay about $250 more per month in principal and interest on a median home, and you'll get back roughly $350 to $400 a month in property taxes. Income taxes is zero in both states. Utilities are comparable, and you'll pay more for gas here. Net, most Austin families land within $100 to $150 a month of being even. A slight edge to Vegas for buyers, I mean a very slight edge. Closer to dead even for renters, that's a wash in my book. I'd rather tell you now than have you find out at the closing table or when you move here and think you're gonna save a bunch of money. If you like the Strip, that's great. Texas should move here because they want to be here. Californians can move here because the math alone justifies it. Arizona, it kind of sits in between. Kind of what is that, Goldilocks? Yeah, mama's bed's just a little bit better. If you want your own numbers instead of the medians, I built a free location cost worksheet that walks this exact comparison line by line for your income, your home price, and your family size. It's linked in the description, or reach out for a no pressure consult. And do me a favor, drop your current city in the comments and I'll run a personalized breakdown in a future video. The Air Force in me taught me to be brief with real data. And 13 years in Las Vegas real estate has taught me the market punishes people who skip the math. Don't skip the math, as you always know. For my military brothers and sisters, Alpha Mike Foxtrot. For everybody else who's watching, which is the majority of my audience, you know we're gonna keep them lights on and we love you. And you know what, right up here, you see that? That QR code for those of you who are watching on TV, because I know you can't just go clicking down below for something. This leads you to all of those resources I talked about, plus a whole bunch more. Please support the channel. Jump over to that next video, watch it, and I want to meet you over there. I'll see you when I get there.